It's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade, and we're talking with Kyle Bumsted, livestock market analyst. Kyle, we are rallying again today. Tell us a little bit about why the cattle are up today.
That's right. Well, we are seeing a decent rally here this morning on ideas here. The cash looks like it's going to be firmer here yet this week. There's been no cash trade so far, but there's been a lot of tire kicking out there, and feed yards are offering it higher money, and nobody's turned them down just yet. Nobody's taken anything. Nobody's got any bids out there, but nobody's said no yet to the feed yards. So we've got this August live cattle contract here that's in delivery here as of Monday night. Went into delivery. There were no new deliveries. The oldest long is November 20th back in 2024. And we took these August live cattle here just now up to 235.02, up 405, up 410 here on the day. And we've taken these August feeders up into a new all-time high as well, too, to 341.25. We're at 341.20 right now at 580. So virtually last Thursday here, if we close up here, virtually last Thursday almost didn't happen here as far as when it comes to the futures market. We've virtually taken all that back here, given the action we've seen here recently. Now, the feeder cattle index today looks like it's going to be up about 21 cents at 336.06 with a daily number of 336.03 on 5,360 head and new highs here. Just as I rattled those numbers off here, it looks like we've got some commercial buying coming into play here, as well as some non-commercial fund buying as well, too. So speaking of which, here it is Tuesday, and the funds they square position. We're looking at that September contract because that has the volume and open interest. Last Tuesday's close was 337.07. We're sitting here at 340.32. So it looks to me like these funds, they tealed out some last week, and it looks like they could be adding it back on here yet this week.
That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. If you'd like to talk to Kyle about the livestock markets, call him at 308-708-7340. Do remember trading futures and options involves risk of loss and may not be suitable to all investors. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network.
We arrived at the scene, and the job, like everyone before, was executed flawlessly, leaving us with more questions than answers. It was time to bring in the big guns. You don't mean? Yeah, John Deere Bale documentation. All the data, one location. It was the answer to everything. Visit johndeere.com/Bale documentation for more information.
As the leader in bovine respiratory disease solutions, Zoetis knows you need every edge you can get in your fight against BRD. That's why our solution's active ingredients include Josh, and James, and Amy, and Beth, and Mike, and 100+ more professionals with top-of-the-line expertise to keep your cattle and your ROI healthy. Visit ZoetisUS.com/BRD or talk to your veterinarian to get started.
Good morning with a check of your markets. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network. Corn futures are lower, scoring some fresh lows again as we head toward more oversold conditions with rising yield expectations. The U.S. corn exports are 20% higher than a year ago and above USDA expectations. The big corn crop on the way is likely to send the ending stock level toward the 2.5 billion bushel mark. There is still no ag-specific trade deal with China. The failure to secure a deal with China that requires U.S. soy purchases could very well send U.S. soy ending stocks to 500 to near 700 million bushels. The soybean old crop demand is slightly higher than USDA expectations, while the new crop sales do not include any China purchases. December corn is down 4 at 403, March down 3 3/4 at 421, May down 3 3/4 at 431.5. September beans down 2 at 973 1/4, November down 1 3/4 at 992 3/4, January down 2 at 1011. Chicago December wheat is down 9 at 528, March down 8.5 at 547 1/4. Kansas City December wheat down 11 at 526.5, March down 10.5 at 546 1/4. September soybean meal down 80 at 276.20, and September bean oil is down 46 at 53.94. August live cattle up 372 at 234.62. October up 335 at 227.45. December up 330 at 228.30. August feeder cattle up 550 at 340.90. September up 532 at 339.77. October up 535 at 337.75. October lean hogs up 180 at 92.70. December up 120 at 84.65. And Class 3 milk up 16 at 18.27. This is the Rural Radio Network.